Morning, folks. I'm using a two laptop or two machine setup, so I can view my previous video of learning how to do Linux commands. I'm just gonna do a reaction video of what I did before. This was only like a few years ago, but we'll just go through it quickly. Okay, so I'm just gonna start play and then see what it comes up with, and then pause it when I need to comment.
And we can look up the ls command using man ls, and then it shows you the different flags you can use. True, true. What a lot of people don't know is that when you do the ls command, you can also use what's called a pipe, which is basically a vertical colon next to the backspace. So you do shift backspace to do what's called a pipe.
So what happens here is I should have made a comment here. There's basically a command called ls, and don't think I can add comments here. Can I? Oh, I can add lower thirds. So there's a command called ls. This is my email, by the way, at the bottom left corner. Hopefully, you guys can see that. There's a command called ls, and let's see. It's called ls-l. That's the basic command on Linux command prompt, and it looks like this. Take a look at this. That's it. That's the command I'm going through here on this first part of the leg of the video. It's a little hard to see with the text, but I just wanted to just show that to you guys. Let's continue.
Piping command. And from there, you can actually pipe the output of ls-s, for example, into another editor or another program in Linux. What I like to do is maybe pipe it to less, so that means the output becomes kind of paid. That's one way. The other thing you could do is you can also pipe it to a program called awk, and you just give it a delimiter, which you use -f.
So in the comments, as you can see, is you can do what's called a pipe command. Now I'm going to show you the original command of ls. I'm going to modify that so that it's called a pipe. And the pipe is usually the one next to the backspace, and it looks like this. And the command I use in this example is called less. So when the command runs, it actually makes it so that when you run the ls command in Linux, it stops filling up the screen until you press a key on the keyboard to continue. So that's the pipe command of ls that's piping into the less command. Let's continue.
Then use colon space colon. So that's going to say that the delimiter in your awk program is going to be space, and then you use another colon curly brace, and then print one to print out your first column of the delimiter. So in this case, the ls-l will print out the directory permissions of each file. So let's review that command. ls-l piped into awk, and then you type in that. Yeah. Just need to do that. I just explained that in 3 minutes. The thing is I can't see the command in the. Okay, I need to fix that a little. Yeah.
Um, when I mentioned the command in 3 minutes, there is a timer, as you can see in the window, and it just gives me a time frame of where to reference content if I wanted to go back and look at things. That's what I'm doing now. Go back and look at previous videos. I do see one person, or at least one viewer. Welcome, one viewer. If you wanted to say hello, make a comment, you're welcome to do so. Hopefully, I can see it in Restream. If not, welcome. Okay, so let's continue to maybe to the 10th minute mark if I can. Let's see what happens. Here's the cool thing: is we can actually see the command that I did with the awk. So We go back to the lower third, like so. And the command I can see, lucky us, is the following: awk, and then we use the delimiter command. In this case, we're using space and using single quotes. And then the single quote, we're going to use print and $1, curly braces print. So this is the awk command that we use with the last, so that it looks like it's you gotta show it. It looks like it's printing that one column on the left corner side, as you can see. Because we use the delimiting space, any space that we run into in text will be considered the delimiter, and it'll properly space it out. All right, let's continue. Mhm.
Uh, let's make the terminal be on top of putty. There we go. So the command we use is ln-f. So one thing you could do with this command that you type in the command line of bash is you can actually put it inside a bash script. So what I do here is I save my bash script under bin, and I have these list of bash commands. So let's name this bash script called another text editor called vi, which is a Linux text editor, command text editor, and then we'll just call this review bash, and we'll use the extension that bsh. Now to make this bash command work, you have to first open the file vi, and then the first line you put, I believe is it pound exclamation point? Well, I don't remember. So what you do here, when you are in the VI editor, use Control Z to go back and make the VI editor in the background. And, and to review the other bash commands that we have listed here, type in the command called more, and just look at the first line that's used. So in this system, the bash command is located under usr/package/bin/bash. So one way to do that is you would say locate bash, and it will give you the list where it's located. Now you can also use that locate command and then pipe it. Let me just the go back into the editor and then to oops. So one way to do this is you use the command called locate bash, but you want to pipe it into not pipe it to redirect it using the caret sign to a different file. So in this case, it's review bash bsh, and then
So there's a lot of commands that went through here, a lot of quick changes, but the last command that I did basically is this. Is let me show you here. Um, we use a pipe command called locate bash. This is another pipe command, but this is a redirect to make it review bash and then the extension. Oops, the extension bsh. And that's the command that you see there on the window at the 6 minute 45 second mark. And it's basically redirecting the locate bash command into a file that we created earlier. And it's pretty easy stuff. Anyhow, I made it to the 10th minute mark. I normally would just make these 10-minute videos. Thanks again for watching, and I see you next time. And we'll see if we can continue on to the next set of minutes on this particular bash review. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. And you guys can reach me at the following email address. Let me just rewrite it here in the lower third, because I don't know if it can be seen at the bottom. But what we can do is adjust the scene. Let's see, where's the scene adjusting? Oh, here it is. So we adjust the scene so that hopefully the lower thirds can be seen better. And if If not, we're in trouble. There we go. That's actually better. Looking at the email address. So it might have been cut off on the thing. So that's the email address I can be reached at. And oh, we're learning about the kingdom of God with coding. Um, I don't have a particular scripture to enter, other than maybe one favorite one I use is, let me go back here, edit this, and then put in my favorite scripture. And it's my favorite scripture, Luke 2:52. And I actually memorized this scripture. This is one of my favorite ones. And the scripture just says this: and Jesus rose in stature and wisdom and favor with God and man. Now, the reason why I chose that is because if you think of the order of the how he raised his stature, he first gained favor with God first before he started to gain favor with God and man. So, for those people who are wondering why I do this kind of format, a friend of mine, I'll mention him by name, won't give him his last name, Chuan, gave me a structure to try to do reaction videos. And to make it more comfortable of the format, using my own videos and just reacting to past videos I made. And again, thank you, Quan, for your expertise and knowledge of this space. And hopefully, this is a little better. All right. Talk to you next time.